You ever boot up a game and before you even hit start, there's already a glowing shop tab begging for your attention? Yeah, welcome to modern gaming. We're living in a time where half of every main menu looks like an ad. We've got $70 titles that still want 10 more bucks for a color swap skin. And now, after years of pushing it, publishers are finally facing pushback from players and from actual governments. The EU is cracking down. New studies are calling games like Roblox child gambling, and big studios like Ubisoft are still trying to defend the indefensible, saying microtransactions make the player experience more fun. So today we're going deep into the state of microtransactions in 2025, how we got here, why it's such a mess, what governments are doing about it, and what it means for the future of gaming. So grab your wallet, or better yet, don't. Let's go back to when things were simple. You bought a game, you owned it, done. Then came DLCs, or downloadable content. At first, cool idea. Bonus missions, expansions, storylines, stuff that was worth paying for. But publishers realized something. People will pay a lot for tiny extras. That's when the word microtransaction entered the chat. Mobile games started it. Free to play, but every little thing cost $1. Oh, you died? Pay to revive. Want better armor? Pay up. Then console and PC followed. EA's FIFA Ultimate Team changed everything. You bought randomized packs like digital trading cards. That randomness hit people's brains like gambling, and EA made billions. Soon, Call of Duty, Overwatch, Fortnite, everyone joined in. Games stopped being products and became platforms for monetization. It wasn't about fun anymore, it was about retention, keeping you online long enough to eventually say screw it and buy something. To understand why microtransactions exploded, you have to understand how much money they make. EA, Activision, Riot, Epic, their live service models generate more profit than actual game sales. EA once revealed that over $1.6 billion in 1 year came from FIFA packs alone. Mobile gaming is even crazier. Some titles make over $1 million a day. For shareholders, that's addictive. It's reliable, reoccurring revenue. You can't get that from one-time sales. So studios started designing games around monetization. Progression slowed down, rewards got stingier, characters got locked behind paywalls. And that's not a bug, that's the design. If your time feels wasted, you're more likely to pay to skip the grind. They literally engineer frustration. And once microtransactions became standard, every publisher started normalizing it. Governments eventually noticed. The European Commission recently announced new rules banning virtual currencies that disguise prices. No more 1,000 gems or 500 credits if the real-world cost isn't clear. They're calling out predatory design, basically hiding costs behind fake money. It's like walking into a store where every price tag is in Monopoly cash. Then there's the University of Sydney study calling Roblox child gambling. Kids were literally describing the game as scammy, tricky, and confusing. Researchers found children didn't understand exchange rates between Roblox and dollars, but the game constantly nudged them to buy more. That's not just shady marketing, that's behavioral conditioning. It's gambling disguised as play. Belgium already banned loot boxes. The UK, EU, and Australia are pushing for transparency laws. And it's not stopping there. The US and Canada are starting to look into it too. For once, lawmakers are actually ahead of gamers on something. So let's talk about why they work so well. Microtransactions are built on dopamine loops, the same systems casinos use. You never know exactly what you'll get, but you know you might get something good. That uncertainty is addictive. You get a tiny rush each time you open a loot box or buy a pack. Even if you lose, your brain chases that first win. And in limited time items, flash animations, bright colors, it's textbook slot machine psychology. Then they use fake currencies to break your sense of cost. 500 coins sounds cheap, but when coins only come in $9.99 bundles, you're spending way more than you realize. And once kids enter that loop, it's over. They don't understand money value. They just want the shiny skin or pet or dance emote. It's psychological warfare dressed up as fun. Now let's talk about the quote that broke the internet. Ubisoft, in a recent interview, claimed microtransactions in premium games make the player experience more fun. Yeah, apparently spending more money after you already spent $70 is fun now. They said it gives players choice. That's the new buzzword, player choice. It's the corporate way of saying, we made the grind unbearable, but you can skip it if you pay. The same logic is charging extra for the oxygen in your car. This level of disconnect shows how out of touch executives are with gamers. They're not thinking about fun, They're thinking about funnel optimization. It's the same playbook mobile apps use. Stretch the reward loop just enough to break your patience. Roblox might be the best or worst example of this system. It's built for kids, marketed as creative freedom. But behind the scenes, it's a corporate goldmine. Kids create games, other kids play them. Roblox takes a massive cut of every purchase, and the in-game economy uses Robux, a fake currency with deliberately confusing exchange rates. Studies found many kids don't realize they're spending real money at all. Some believe their Robux came from playing, not their parents' wallets. It's a billion-dollar platform monetizing children's labor and confusion. If that doesn't scream for regulation, nothing does. Then there's Diablo Immortal, Blizzard's free mobile game that costs some players tens of thousands of dollars to max out their characters. It's a paywall so steep, it basically punishes you for not spending. Gamers called it pay to win on steroids. And EA. We can't forget the kings of microtransactions. They've been in lawsuits over loot boxes in FIFA, now rebranded as EA Sports FC. In their defense, they're just surprise mechanics. No joke, that's the actual phrase they used in court. It's like calling cigarettes surprise oxygen mechanics. EA, Activision, Blizzard, they've all tried to rebrand greed as engagement. When loot boxes started getting heat, studios pivoted to battle passes. On paper, it's better, you know what you'll get. But now it's about FOMO. Limited time content, seasonal cosmetics, exclusive tiers. You feel pressured to play constantly or lose your rewards forever. It's a treadmill disguised as a perk. And psychologically, it's genius because even if you don't finish, you already paid. Fortnite nails this balance. They sell cosmetics, not power, and that's fine. People respect it because it's honest. But when studios start mixing pay to win with FOMO, that's when it gets ugly. So what does regulation actually mean? Price transparency laws. All items must show real-world currency values. Ban on random paid rewards. Loot boxes treated like gambling. Spending caps for minors. Clear disclosure labels. This game contains paid randomized items. And also age verification for in-game spending. If these laws go through, the entire gaming economy shifts. Publishers will have to rethink monetization from the ground up. Some will double down on ads or subscriptions. Others will hopefully just make better games. The best outcome? A return to honesty. You pay for a game, you play it, you enjoy it. The industry will resist, of course. For some studios, 50 to 70% of annual revenue comes from microtransactions. They'll lobby, rebrand, and find loopholes. Player perks, creator bundles, supporter tokens. Just new names for old tricks. But long-term, this could create space for smaller devs. Studios that build genuine communities, not casinos. Indie devs might finally compete without needing exploitative systems. And when trust comes back, players might actually want to spend again because it feels earned, not forced. At the end of the day, microtransactions aren't evil by themselves. What's evil is how they've been used. Gamers aren't against paying for great content. We're against being manipulated, tricked, and treated like walking wallets. Because trust sells longer than greed ever will. So yeah, governments might finally force change, but the real power still sits with us as the players. Stop buying predatory junk. Support games that respect you. Vote with your wallet because that's the only language these companies actually speak. The war on microtransactions has begun, and for once, I think gamers might win. Thanks for watching. I'm Cyler Ray. See you next time. If you like this video, like, subscribe, and put your thoughts below in the comments.